Hello guys, welcome back. This is episode 7 of Let's Play Primordia. So to start off, you can all calm down, everything's okay. I have been educated what FUBAR means. So FUBAR is an acronym from World War II. That means fucked up beyond all recognition. And it is actually also used, or is
Who knew some place could be so lively and so depressing all at once?
Fine. Put me down for another megacycle.
But anyway, so it's also used in the movie Saving Private Ryan. And there is a link from what I mentioned, you know, the example that programming examples often have functions named foo and functions named bar. And it may be related to that, but there's no definitive proof. So there's that. You know, whew, dodged a bullet, sort of. But anyway, let's get started, or let's keep going. We talked to Leopold, we talked to all the people in front of the courthouse last time, and I said that now we're gonna go into the Underworks using this crowbar. So let's do that.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will you?
Okay, let's go down there. So as you can see, it's pretty disgusting looking down here.
This vehicle looks more intact than the others.
Okay.
This vehicle looks more intact than the others. They look like they've been stripped of usable parts.
So, this is, I think, where
It's
we
rusted
find
shut.
one of a large
kind of
motor,
hatch.
where we can that we can use and trade for Gimbal's motor.
I've scraped off the rust. Well, let's see what we've got here.
Yeah. See, there it is. There's a large engine there.
Let's see if I can manage this. Hopefully I won't be holding onto this engine for long.
It's kind of funny how he's walking around with this gigantic engine in his inventory, you know?
I have no use for it.
That's never stopped you before.
There's a box here. Also a fan belt that we're just gonna take without saying anything.
An air intake duct. I'm sure it played some role when this machine was operational. I have no use for it.
It's interesting, actually, that he knows that these are vehicles.
I can't get it open.
I mean, maybe, you know, their forms suggest that they are, because they have wheels.
I can't get it open. It's a small...
Okay, are we just gonna...
I have no use for it. An air intake duct.
I think we're just gonna try to smash these, right?
Still stuck. I'm sure there's nothing worthwhile in there.
You say that, but maybe there
Still
is.
stuck. I'm sure there's nothing worthwhile in there.
I don't actually remember. Is there a way you can open these?
Still stuck. I'm sure there's nothing worthwhile in there.
Impenetrable hatch. Nothing can open it. So there's lots of old human machinery down here.
I don't want that
Water.
sludge in my joints.
Or something similar to water. Let's look around this location before we go anywhere else.
There's no way I can reach that.
Yeah,
There's no way I...
it's okay.
They look like they've been stripped of usable parts.
Okay, I saw the same as the others. Maybe Crispin can get over there.
Crispin, could you go see if there's anything worth taking from those cars?
Picked clean, boss. Looks like you're not the only junk man in town.
Okay, there's nothing there that we can use. There's just junk here.
Maybe if we were back at the Unique, I'd take it. But it's too big to waste time with here.
And there's another robot here. Just, you know, standing there. Under this makeshift house roof. Let's talk to him.
Oh, hi. Oh, hey. Now look what I see. The wings of a baddie and his little trainee.
Why is everyone we meet crazy?
Crazy, he says. Oh my, oh dear. I assure you, my comrades, there's nothing to fear. Just little lost me, your brother knight errant. A brother in arms. We have different parents.
Okay, so this dude talks in rhymes. It's kind of annoying, but I actually also like it. Let's just guess
Who are you?
My name is my secret. You can't make me talk. I'd ruin my puzzle. Give a key to my lock.
Maybe we'll just call you Screw Loose.
A joker, he seems, for sure not an ace. He needs a small clue to spare him disgrace. For the crowds who adore me, Prime is my name. By now, no doubt, you've heard of my fame.
Well, fame is something else, but we know this. We know now this is Primer. He is 187th Legion build brother. You know, one of the 3 robots from Urbani that came to the city. And I think 187 said that he's actually crazy. So let's go and ask him why he's called Primer.
Why Primer?
There's nothing so gorgeous, flawless, or fine as the perfectly indivisible numbers of prime. Consider this list 2 to 199.
Okay, so now he's giving us a list of prime numbers. So he's a math nerd.
That was helpful.
They're very helpful. I think we've got that in our data pouch now. Let's keep asking away.
You're 187's brother.
Line up the toy soldiers, 200 abreast. The bravest of brave, the best of the best. Wind up the toy soldiers to march on their way. The city has fallen, no reason to stay. 200 abreast, my sisters and brothers. Now only 3 left. Forget all the others.
I guess that's a yes.
50 behind me, he came off the line. The gunner's no funner for being a brother of mine.
Okay, so you know the way he talks about it with toy soldiers makes it seem less serious, but it's still kind of dark in a way. Let's ask him why he's here.
Why are you here?
When we laid down our arms, my meadow was taken. Drunken Nirvana from the cause we'd forsaken. The metropolitan thief cast it deep in this hole, where now it lies buried like bituminous coal.
Cogs in gears, bituminous coal.
You're looking for a medal?
No, my comrade, you've misunderstood. I sit here and wait, as a penitent should. If the medal finds me, I shall claim it straight. But until that day, I shall sit here
Good strategy.
and wait.
How do you survive down here?
I'm a soldier by trade. Legion built me to last. My armor is sturdy, my pistons are fast. I carry no guns, for my weapon's my mind. And those who would kill me will find themselves primed.
Really? Don't you think you're overdoing it? I mean, that barely made sense. And it hardly rhymed.
No. Bro.
Goodbye.
I really like that
Farewell,
one.
farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
Yes. Does he say anything or just look at him? No. Very helpful. I'm not sure if we... Okay, so here are the prime numbers, but that is fine. Okay. So, this is the last information that you saw, and now we have some information from 187th, which is that he's Urbanian from the Surley Company, which were 200 robots, he just repeated that. And only 187, 113 and Primer are left. Primer came off 50 spots before. Okay. Makes sense. So he is 157? Yeah. Okay. Then there's Leo's border. Maybe we'll just do that immediately before we continue in the Underworks. And those are the prime numbers. Yeah. So there's another way here that we can go. Wait,
Better just to leave it alone. They seem to be foundation supports for the city above.
Those are all that's supporting the city?
If you remember, I think we also had some information that says, so there's another exit here too, that said that Metropole was built layer by layer, one generation improving on the other. So let's try to get Gimbald's motor. He looks weird.
Let me see your stuff.
I'll take a look.
Okay, I think it was, yeah, it's this one.
Bigger motor, and this one is yours.
And now we're gonna trade it for this one.
Here you go, Leopold. A nice big engine for you.
Not bad at all. You're a real scavenging expert.
Is that a compliment or an insult, boss?
Both, kinda.
Wait a minute, this motor is broken. The copper wiring's been stripped.
All items sold as is, Tyro. And I never said anything about copper wire being included.
You're a fine piece of work, Leopold.
Never said anything about that, neither. Now you want to trade? Let's trade. Otherwise, get a move on.
He's really difficult sometimes.
Would it not have been better to have destroyed ourselves gloriously in battle, rather than perpetuate this false existence?
What do you...
Yes. The answer is yes.
Boss, I think someone left the smart off that smart bomb.
Okay, so
I
that's
wouldn't
a
expect
bomb.
much conversation out of him. Now that's what I call a floating bomb, boss.
Can we do anything with them? I actually really do not remember this one. Is this maybe 113th? Maybe?
Now that I wouldn't expect.
Oh, I'm a little confused now. But let's... Oh yeah, we can return the motor, we have to
The motor's been stripped of its copper
repair
wiring.
it first. Maybe you can use this?
I doubt that will have any...
Okay, no. So we need to find some sort of wiring. And what I remembered actually last time was that there's something we did not do that I'm gonna try to do now, which is to use Crispin on the floater that he was, you know, crushing on.
Hey, Crispin, why don't you go talk to her?
What? No way, boss. She's way out of my league.
She's a floating lamp, Crispin. We've never had any trouble with lamps before.
Well, I've never had to talk to one before, boss. Just knock them off ledges. I've got no practice.
Okay, so I think I did not do this. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I did the first time. But what we're gonna do now, we're gonna try
Sounds
to
like
practice
we need to
with
get
him.
into the courthouse and talk to Arbiter.
And not quite. But he does not want to practice in front of her. So I think we actually have to just go to another location. And then
Danger! Danger!
he says random crap.
Good old Crispin.
Okay. How do we have to do this? Okay, she didn't do anything. Let's try this again.
I've never had to. I've got no practice.
Well then, talk to
Time to
me.
give Gimbal his motor back, right, boss?
No, I want you to practice with me. Oh,
Good old...
this is bothering me a little now. Can I use the lantern for practice? Because it's a lamp, right?
Hey, Crispin, how
There
about
was that.
practicing on this lamp?
In front of her? Are you kidding?
Okay, so now we go back and then we do this again and then they will talk. Yeah, Crispin.
Hey, Crispin, how about practicing on this lamp?
Oh, good idea. Okay, here goes.
Hey, Armstrong,
You really light me up.
No.
Okay, okay.
Very bad.
Trust me, I know how to turn on a light.
Oh,
Definitely not.
nope.
Okay, that's enough practice for now.
See his hearts for his eyes again.
Fine, put me down for another
And now
megacycle.
he's ready to smooth talk the lamb. So let's try again.
All right, Crispin, it's now or never.
We can do it.
Beside you, all other.
That was easy.
Whoa! That was so easy!
Yeah. Just like in real life, right?
She gave me a clipping of her copper wiring.
Hey, that wire belongs to the city. That's coming out of your salary.
You tell him.
So that's nice, actually. I was just thinking, like, where did we get the copper wiring? But we get it from her. So now we can use it on Gimbert's motor.
Hey! She gave that to me as a token of her affection.
I'll give you all the copper wiring you want once we're done here.
Like I want a token of your affection.
I
I'm
need
sure
to
the
find a
memory's
way
in
to
it.
connect the colored nodes to each other without crossing any wires.
Why don't we just use the plasma torch?
That's not going to work this time.
The crowbar?
Nope.
Okay, so this is pretty easy, even if you are if you're doing it the first time. So you can just kind of draw the wires from one node to the other, which is what we're gonna do. I mean, it looks not that great because it's, you know, just a colored line. But Oh wait, that is actually incorrect. You know, talking about how easy this is, but doing it wrong. Yeah. Okay, there you go. There you go.
And
wait.
one more piece of junk is operational.
Very nice. But now we have the same looking motor, but now it's operational, and we can give it to Gimbal. And then he will maybe let us get in front of him, and we only have to solve the case of Oswald and Cornelius in order to get into the courthouse. Although it's locked, so no, there's that. Okay, let's give him his motor back.
My joy rises like a phoenix. You are silent, but you now alarm me. Now I must continue my search. Farewell, someone.
Hi.
You know, I'm kind of glad I missed out on that one, boss. Sometimes it's nice to just be along for the ride.
Okay. There's actually a sign here, let's take a look.
Courthouse closed until further notice, pursuant to Civil Ordinance Section 889-B1C.
What?
Courthouse closed until further notice.
Okay, wait, was the second part
Courthouse
relevant?
closed until further notice.
Did we save that in our data patch? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, this is actually gone now.
The string of numbers from Primer.
Yeah. Okay. Now, only have to solve these guys' case. But because I haven't really decided yet if, you know, I may consider looking up what the difference will be, because I want to show you the best ending first, and then I'm gonna do an episode where all the other endings, so as you may have noticed, there are multiple endings, and I want to show you the best one first.
Horatio Nullbuild version 5. I am Metromind. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city. That welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait.
Slag off.
Don't know what you've been up to, Cairo, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
I'll bear that in mind.
Okay, so Metromind just used the big yellow robot to talk to us, giving us a warning that she doesn't like what we're doing.
Hey Armstrong, top
Although
me
I'm
off,
not
will
quite
ya?
sure what she dislikes about what we did. We haven't really done anything disruptive yet. That's still to come. So, there's that. But anyway, you know, the other endings are gonna come later on, and because I want to have the best one, I want to look up if it affects, like, if choosing to do the lawsuit myself or letting someone else do it affects how the ending is gonna be.
This is like the junk pile, only better.
Yeah.
By which I mean worse.
Sure. So, but because we looked at everything here, I don't think there's anything new to say to Primer.
I have nothing to say to him.
Yeah. So let's check out the other location. And I think after that we might end the episode. Okay, so there's a crane here, and a drawbridge, lots of pipes, also water, and there's a thing on the crane. And there's lights here, so let's try to get to the other side.
I can't reach
Which
it
we
from
can't.
here.
Okay, so this bridge has to be lowered, and there's a keypad here, into
I
which you
can't
can
possibly reach that.
input a number, or rather Crispin can.
Crispin, can you try typing something into that keypad?
If by typing you mean ramming my face, then yes, boss, I suppose I can.
Thank you. That's how I type into my phone or anything else too. Just ram my face in it. Okay, so you might not get the solution of this puzzle immediately, but there's a limited amount of sources from which you get numbers, and you know, just picking random things is stupid. So I think the solution is, and we're gonna try it, and if it's wrong, I'm gonna look bad. But I think the solution is Primer's number. You know, his build number, and that is 100 and... Wait, was he 50 or 30 before? Oh, 50, so it's 137. So we're gonna try that. I think that is the solution because I think he's the one that reprogrammed this bridge to only lower when you know his name, you know? So let's try it. And it's correct.
Let's go.
So let's investigate what is on this mini island.
Are these heads?
Psychos.
Did you hear something? Boss, do
Oh
you
no,
see
it's zombie
those
robots!
things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
I am Clarity Arbiter built. Version 2. Law Clerk to Arbiter, Judge of Metropole. This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not, it's grotesque.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Thank you. I'm Horatio Nobuild, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio built, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin, what brings you to the Underworks?
Okay, so we just almost got attacked by zombie robots. Or they tried to attack us. They closed in on us. Anyway, we found Clarity, so she was the one sitting atop of the crane, who is a clerk for Arbiter, who we want to talk to. And as we already heard from Leopold, I think it was him. She is strict, she's just, you know, all about law. Everything else is not important. So this is the person, because you know she's a law clerk, you can ask her to judge Oswald and Cornelius' case. But let's leave that out for now and ask all the other things. Which is... let's start with this one.
What were those things?
They are shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
But those were the last of them, right?
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the Underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives, and when they had squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and destroyers. Punishment, not clemency, is what justice requires.
Okay, so these robots have given away all their memory and their processors, so they're just, you know, mindlessly walking about. I don't know if they actually, you know, are hostile in that sense. If they're actually trying to get your processor or memory. But it seems that way because she's attacking them and putting their heads on spikes. So let's ask her why she's putting heads on spikes.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
To other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear. The heads are for a robot named Scraper Sternweiler built.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No, I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Boss, she's kind of exciting my electrons.
Okay, so that's very nice. She's also an enemy of Scraper, you know, laser shooting trash can. So we've got someone with weaponry, you know, that wants to get rid of him and maybe can help us get our power core back. Let's ask this first.
What are you doing down here?
Obeying my instructions and waiting.
Sounds boring.
I am also collating and revising the body of metropolitan law into a single codex.
So sounds boring.
That sounds thrilling.
In addition, I kill shells.
Fair enough.
Okay, and she's a
You
law
said
clerk.
you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers Metropol's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference or sentiment.
Law without mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded. Only my vigilance protected Arbiter from this taint, but he has been without me for a long time.
Okay, so there's two new options, but before that, so this is one of the interesting topics of this game. You know, you have Arbiter Manbuilt and his two law clerks. You know, I think she calls her sister Charity, and her name is Clarity. So you have two aspects of law that you find in the real world, where it's about clarity in the sense that you have strict laws that you want to abide, but there's also human compassion that plays a role. But as she said, it does make law enforcement harder for deciding cases, but it's also maybe necessary. So it's one of the interesting topics to think about. So then there's this too, you know, she said Arbiter Manbuilt, which suggests that Arbiter, one of the Primordia machines, was built by man.
Did you say Arbiter Man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropole?
No.
But man was here in the past.
The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree. What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments?
Yes. To play a symbolic role in their justice system, humans argued cases before Arbiter.
Symbolic? Play a role? Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
Okay, so that's interesting. You know, she seems to have some more information regarding man and humans, and it's different from what Horatio expects. So it's more like what we would expect, you know, just a society of humans building robots and being human-like in every other aspect. And what else did I want to say about that? Oh yeah, Metromind apparently told Arbiter that the robots in Urbani kill the humans, or the people that live there. But we heard from 187th that the humans, I think, were attacked by Metropole, so we've got two conflicting facts there that we still need to find out who, you know, is lying and who's not, or maybe it was completely different than what they think. So let's go for this, and then we're gonna end this episode.
I'd like to report a theft. My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like
She already
this.
said she knows it's Scraper.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you describe.
Yeah,
His
I know.
name is
You
Scraper
said.
Sternweiler built, and he is the servant of Metromind Manbuilt, a member of the council that governs this city. I have no fondness for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me, and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
This occurred inside the city.
No, in the dunes.
I see. In a crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio Nullbuilt. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler built, no doubt acting at Metromine's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the Council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
Okay, so we can actually ask her more, but because we're already near 30 minutes, I think, I'm gonna end this. And we're gonna talk to her a bit more in the next episode. I think then we're also gonna judge Oswald and Cornelius's case. You know, maybe she will, or I will, or we will, but that I will decide in the meantime. And maybe then we can get into the courthouse too. So I hope you had fun. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Goodbye.
Watch yourself, Horatio Nullbuilt. There are many dangers in this city.